In the rearview mirror, that dark shadow bowed to my taillight. Been driving long hauls for 20 years. I figured out one thing. People hailing rides at midnight ain't always dead. But hitching on Highway 206 near Dragon Tiger Mountain, that's definitely not that kind of stuff. Nasty things just mess with you alone. But some other stuff, it doesn't want your life. It wants your soul. Afternoon. Big Head Joe took a rush order. Deliver an old coffin to the top of Dragon Tiger Mountain's Greenbeard Pass. Drop it off before midnight. Final payment 12 grand. I felt off the second we loaded that coffin. Erbowsy said it felt like breathing inside. Big Head Joe told him to shut up, but I knew he lied when he touched his gold tooth. He touched it. We set out at 9 p.m., got on Highway 206. The sky started turning gray. Not normal dark, like a sick kind of gray. Big Head Joe pulled out the portable radio, tapped it. 6 days no sound from the antenna. What's up? Lao-san. Even if there's no nasty stuff, it should still pick up radio signals. Big Head Joe's gold tooth flickered in the dashboard green light. Now there's not even static. Erbowsy curled up in the back seat. Boss. Maybe we should turn back. Hell no. That's 12 grand. The car turned into Highway 206, a road I've driven at least 50 times, but today wasn't right. The odometer said we should've hit the foot of Dragon Tiger Mountain by now, but both sides were still dark tree shadows. No signal on my phone. The car's radio came on by itself. Not slowly tuning in. Just snapped on, jumping into a static white noise. Under that white noise, someone was talking. Like shouting through a wall. Big Head Joe reached to turn it off. His finger barely touched the knob. The radio shut off by itself. So quiet you could hear the tires crunching on the road. Then I saw that gas station. A gas station by the roadside. Lightbox glowing green. Saying 24-hour service. I wasn't planning to stop. I've been driving for 15 years. Parking in a place like this in the middle of the night is asking for trouble. Big Head Joe suddenly grabbed my brother. Third bro, look inside the window. There's a person standing inside the gas station window. Wearing a uniform. Waving at us. One wave at a time. Like a metronome. Made of paper. White paper as the base. Mouth cut from red paper. Eye holes are empty. I hit the gas pedal all the way. The Dongfeng Tianlong roared and charged forward. In the rearview mirror, that paper figure's head slowly turned around. Empty eye sockets staring at us. Erbowsy was chanting Amitabha from the back seat. Big Head Joe pulled out the ghost stick. His voice had changed completely. It works, it works. Then the car suddenly died. Not a slow deceleration. Just snapped off. The steering wheel got heavy. All the lights went out. The engine seemed like someone grabbed its throat. Step on the clutch. Shift to neutral. If you don't react. The cab went dark. The windows fogged up. Big Head Joe pulled out his phone and started tapping. The beam of light swept over. The back canvas lifted one corner. The coffin lid had shifted. 7 nails laid neatly next to the coffin. Like someone pulled them out with pliers. I pushed the door and got out. My feet hit the ground and it was all soft. Like a sponge. Too much fog. Visibility less than 15 feet. I popped the hood. The engine was fine. Why did it stall? Big Head Joe yelled from the cab, panicking like a stuck pig. Third bro. The rearview mirror. 20 feet behind the car stood a dark figure. Over 7 feet tall. Head almost hitting the height limit sign. Body long and skinny. Arms hanging down to the knees. Not moving an inch. Face pointing at our car's rear. Slowly backing toward the cab. The moment I swung open the truck door. That shadow started moving. Not walking. Floating. It glided one step toward us. Then slowly bent over. And gave us a bow. I yanked Chubby Joe out of the passenger seat. We both ducked behind the door. Erbowsy was crying in the back seat with his hand over his mouth. What the hell is that thing? Chubby Joe used his ghost stick the wrong way. Shut up. I pulled out my tobacco pipe. My hands were shaking so bad it took 3 tries to light it. Took a big drag. Wait a sec. The bow. It clicked something. 5 years ago, on this same road. Also in the middle of the night. I had just gotten this Dongfeng Tianlong truck. First long-haul trip. Passing by Longhu Mountain. I saw someone lying on the side of the road. Covered in injuries. Wearing a Taoist robe. Pulled over to check. It was an old Taoist master. Maybe 60 or 70 years old. Half his face was a mess. I picked him up and put him in the passenger seat, and raced to the hospital. The old master woke up for a bit in the truck. Mumbled a few things. He said, "Your birth chart has 7 shots. Your fate brings bad luck to family. You have a fighting spirit, but a kind heart inside." He said, "Take this peach wood sword and bagua mirror. Hang the gourd in the truck. They can help you handle those bad vibes. The gourd blocks. The peach wood sword breaks. The bagua mirror sees. Each of the 3 items does its own job." He handed me 3 things. a small peach wood sword, a bronze bagua mirror, a black gourd. I tossed the sword and mirror in the glove box, hung the gourd on the rearview mirror. 5 years now. Then he said one more thing. I didn't think much of it then. He was guarding a ditch. There were 17 souls in that ditch. I saved him. So that curse got passed to me. 5 years later the coffin showed up. That's when I realized the whole setup had been waiting for me. Then, the old Taoist priest disappeared 3 days after being in the hospital. The nurse said he walked out on his own in the middle of the night. Bed. Neatly stacked. Left $200 on the nightstand. Big Head Joe. Did you see the gourd? The one hanging on the rearview mirror. I grabbed it earlier. Now there's just a red string left. The gourd's gone. Found it on the floor mat. The black gourd cracked right in two. Empty inside. Scorch marks on the edges. Tiny words carved on the shell. Never noticed them before. Big Head Joe leaned in to read. Stand-in charm. Takes the hit for you. After reading that, we both looked up at the same time. The shadow was gone. The headlights turned on. The engine started by itself. The radio played Teresa Teng's Sweet Honey. The fog cleared up. Not a single footprint on the road. Just a faded photo left on the ground. The guy in the photo wore a Taoist robe, with a gentle smile. I used to be that old Taoist 5 years ago. Bao Zi said. Bro. There's writing on the back of the photo. Master Zhang Lao-san, see you in 5 years. The life I owe you. Paid back today. The gourd is shattered. You only have 2 chances left. Remember this. Some cargo you can't take. Some roads you can't travel. Some rules you can't break. Signed. Qingshu. Qingshu Pass. Big Head Joe's eyes went wide. Lao-san? Isn't this where we're delivering to? Delivering a coffin to Qingshu Pass. The recipient is that old Taoist I used to be 5 years ago. But he passed away 5 years ago. Who ordered this coffin then? Back on the road. Trees flying past behind us. 11:40. 20 minutes till midnight. The mountain road at Longhu was so narrow the car scraped the cliff. We crawled up slow on purpose. At the top, a stone gate. Qingshu Pass. The gate is open. There's an old Taoist standing in the yard. His robe is faded white from wear. Carrying a paper lantern. The light hits his face. That guy from 5 years ago. Looks exactly the same. I pull over. Don't kill the engine. The old Taoist walks over. Gives me a salute. Master Zhang. Tough journey. How do you know my last name's Zhang? He points at the gourd on my ride. The gourd is shattered. Shattered. That's too bad. Could have used it 3 more times. The stuff on the road was way too nasty. One time used up 3 turns. That bowing thing was scoping out your place. The gourd took the hit for you. It mistook the target. The old Taoist picks up the gourd pieces. Takes a look. Gourd blocks stuff. Peach wood sword breaks stuff. Bagua mirror sees stuff. That little one of yours only handles small fry. Recognizing mountain stuff I'll give you when it's needed inside the pass. What about that paper doll? I ask. The old Taoist at the gas station nods. Paper doll leads the way. It stood by the road for 3 years. Just waiting for your ride. You guys stopped. Then its job was done. Fatty Joe pokes his head out from the passenger seat. Master Taoist. The coffin shop delivered it. Payment collected. 2 kid Taoists in the yard are hauling a coffin. Faces red from the strain. Coffin heavy like it's stuffed with rocks. Setting it down. Old Taoist takes 3 steps back. Squints at the gap on the coffin lid for a long time. His expression shifts. Did you guys stop halfway? Yeah. At the gas station. That gas station shut down 3 years ago. I know. Old Taoist stares at me for 5 seconds. Walks up to the coffin. Pushes the lid open a crack. About 2 fingers wide. He took a peek inside. And his legs gave out. He stumbled back 2 steps. The little apprentice caught him by the altar. And he sat on the ground. Did you guys hear any noise on the road? Big Head Joe jumped in. Nope. We didn't stop once. Didn't hear a thing. He touched his gold tooth. He's lying. The old Taoist kept staring at me. Master Zhang, tell me everything that happened on the road. So he spilled. The shadow. The bow. The gourd cracking. The photo. The old Taoist closed his eyes. Muttered a chant. Then opened them. And said slowly. That coffin doesn't hold a corpse. It holds a rule. Whoever breaks that rule has to take the corpse's place. Big Head Joe's face went pale. What rule? The coffin is called the substitute coffin. It's been passed down for 6 generations in this temple. Especially for things that shouldn't have died but did. The thing gets sent away before midnight. Whoever opens the coffin halfway gets haunted. But we didn't open it. The nails were on the cart untouched. The nails didn't budge. But the coffin lid got pushed open. The old Taoist pointed at the marks on the lid. The nails were pushed from the inside. The air went dead quiet. Bao Zi muttered. Master. When you were hammering the nails, I heard breathing. You said it was the oak wood shrinking. Big Head Joe's gold tooth chattered. He couldn't say a word. The old Taoist pulled out a bronze mirror from his sleeve. The kind he gave me 5 years ago. He shone it around the coffin, and stopped at the back of the cart. The mirror showed 3 shadows, besides us 3. There was a 4th. That thing stood behind Big Head Joe. Tall and skinny. Over 7 feet high. Head hits the roof. Looks down at the big gold ring on Roundhead Joe's finger. Roundhead Joe freezes up. Third bro, don't turn around. Gripping that peach wood sword from 5 years ago, palm-sized. Been using it as a keychain all along. The old Taoist takes a look, shakes his head. Not enough. Pulls out another one from his sleeve, 3 times bigger. Blade covered in runes. The Guanli town's prized possession, lending it to you for one use. Takes it. Heavy in the hand, warm to the touch. The old Taoist walks over to the coffin, pushes the lid all the way off. Empty. Not even a lining cloth, just bare wood. Roundhead Joe is stunned. Empty. Totally empty. The old Taoist holds the bronze mirror above the coffin. Mirror side facing down. The grain of the coffin bottom, not carved in, it's soaked in, like a trail someone left behind. He was gone. When you guys were parking. He took off. Gord took the hit for you. He got the wrong guy. The old priest looked at Erbao. Thought it was you. Erbao's face turned green. Why me? You're young, innocent and pure. Dirty things love that stuff. But he messed up. You still got a shot. The old priest pulled out a piece of yellow paper from his robes. Before the full moon, put 3 things in the coffin, a handful of boneless ash, a pair of new scissors, a mirror nobody ever looked into. Seal it back up. Send it where it should have gone. Where? The old priest glanced at me. That curve you passed 5 years ago that same day. There's a deep ditch down there. 17 lives ended in it. Dump the coffin in. Debts paid. 17 lives. Big Head Joe swallowed hard. The old priest didn't answer. Handed him the yellow paper. Remember, before the full moon. If the full moon passes. He sets his sights on someone. Nobody can save them. On the way back the sky was almost bright. Big Head Joe stared at the yellow paper in a trance. Erbao was asleep in the back seat. Hugging the ghost-burning stick, Big Head Joe suddenly asked the third brother. You think I shouldn't have borrowed it? 12 grand though. Free money ain't free to take. Is that money for the living to spend? Pulled out that little bronze mirror from 5 years ago. Shown it on his own face. Scar on the right cheek. Square face. Stubbly. At the edge of the mirror, a hand appeared behind my shoulder. Pale. Slender. Fingers spread wide. Didn't look back. Flipped the mirror over and put it on my lap. Big Head Joe, you go get those 3 things. Where are you going? Gonna find that gas station. The old Taoist said, burning the photo could break half the rules. Turned the car around and drove down the mountain. Sky was getting light. Fog was fading away. Drove up to the gas station spot. The building was still there. All the windows were busted. Inside were stacks of moldy cardboard boxes. Gas pumps were knocked over. All rusty. Weeds were over my head. No paper. No green light. Got out of the car. Grabbed the photo. Walked to the door. There was a pile of burnt paper ash on the ground. The shape looked just like a person. Crouched down. In the middle of the ash was a gold ring. The word Joe was engraved on it. Turned around. Big Head Joe was standing by the car. All 10 fingers were fine. The gold ring was still on his middle finger. Bowsy screamed. Bro. The rearview mirror in the car. The coffin had flipped open all the way. The lid was pushed halfway off. Someone was sitting inside the coffin, wearing Big Head Joe's flower shirt, with a gold ring and gold teeth, short and stubby. Big head, small eyes. Smiled at me, then fell back. Turned into paper ash. Suddenly looked at Big Head Joe by the car. He was still hopping around alive. Shouted at me. Lao San, what are you spacing out for? My hand was shaking. The gold ring glinted in the morning light. Remembered what the old Taoist said. The gourd took the hit for you. It mistook the person. Is Big Head Joe still Big Head Joe now? Pulled out the small bronze mirror. Pointed it at him. In the mirror his face had a nose and eyes. Gold teeth shining bright. But at the edge of the mirror, there was an extra hand behind his shoulder. Pale. Skinny. Fingers spread wide. Just like the one in my mirror. He didn't mistake me for someone else. He was after this car. Whoever rides this car. That's the target. Big Head Joe was still laughing. Waving at me. Third bro. Let's go. Head home. I smiled too. Bit down on my old pipe. Go. Hop in. The photo gripped in my palm. Pulled out a lighter. Flicked it on. Flames licked the edge of the photo. Paper curled up. Ash floated away. Big Head Joe froze for a sec. Looked down at his hand. Gold ring burning hot. He hissed. What are you doing, third bro? Burning the photo. Breaking the rules. The coffin in the truck made a noise. Like something heavy clicked back into place. Erbowsy poked his head out. Bro. The coffin lid. Closed by itself. Back of the truck. 7 nails were neatly pressed into the coffin lid. Like nobody ever touched them. Pulled out the small bronze mirror. Took a look at myself. Empty behind my shoulder. That hand was gone. Then looked at Big Head Joe. Empty behind his shoulder too. Burning the photo. Breaking the rules. Broken. In the rearview mirror, a dark shadow stood behind the car. Over 6 feet tall. This time he didn't bow. Slowly turned and walked into the roadside woods. Step by step getting farther away. Disappeared in the morning fog. Big Head Joe let out a long breath. He's gone. He's gone. His legs went weak, almost hit the ground. Erbowsy quickly grabbed me, puffing on a pipe, swallowing the words he almost said. He didn't leave. He just took a different road. He will come back when the moon is full. On the night of the full moon, we went to that gully. Dropping the coffin down, 17 dull thuds came from the bottom. Not one more. Not one less. Big Head Joe let out a long breath. All paid off. Then an 18th thud came from the bottom. Big Head Joe's face went pale. How come there's one more? The old Taoist's words echoed in my head. That curse is on you now. The 18th was mine. In the rearview mirror, a figure stood in the fog by the gully. Wearing a Taoist robe. Waving at us. I hit the gas. Big Head Joe asked Lao San. What the hell did you see? I puffed on my pipe. Didn't look back. Running long hauls for 20 years. I learned one thing. Some debts get paid off, but someone still remembers. That someone becomes the next debtor. The figure in the rearview faded away. I'm driving now. Stop yelling.